And she promised. I did not forget. I just could not get a video out in time. Do y'all notice? I took all the pictures off except for the few that I'm keeping. And I'm getting more developed this week, hopefully. So, last time I was talking to y'all, I was packing. And I told y'all had to come back this week to find out where I went and why. So where did I go? Drum roll, please. I went to Gainesville, Florida. Why did I go to Gainesville, Florida? Drum roll. I went to Gainesville for the Myotonic Dystrophy Foundation Conference. So, Myotonic Dystrophy Foundation is abbreviated as MDF. So if I say MDF, that's why. So, there was a conference, and so we got to go. This year they're having several conferences, and they're calling them regional conferences, and they're one day each. And so we chose Gainesville, even though Houston, Texas was like an hour closer. We chose Gainesville because there is a doctor there that I have seen multiple times. He's a specialist in myotonic dystrophy. So, since we were already established and had connections there, we just decided might as well stick with Gainesville. So, I got this bag. Everyone got a tote bag if they wanted it. And of course, I wanted a tote bag. I had taken a notebook in case, but I didn't end up using it because they provided one. So, regional conference for Gainesville. And this had like the sponsors and has a letter from the CEO. I got to meet the CEO, which was pretty cool. I haven't got a picture of her. And then it had the schedule and explained what each session would be. Now I'm gonna get to my notes in a minute. But this has like a clinic visit thing that you can take to your doctor, and it talks about like what the risks of everything is. Like the most life-threatening symptoms of myotonic dystrophy are anesthesia, respiration, and cardiac. And then this is like a guide for anesthesia in myotonic dystrophy because there's so many risks. So like every time I've had surgery, my mom has printed off everything and given it to them because there's risks. They had this, and it's a medical alert card and you can fill it out. And it also has a lot of information about myotonic dystrophy on it and different things. So I will put that in my wallet. I filled what I needed to out. Also, if you want to be in the myotonic dystrophy registry, which I still need to do that because I don't think I'm in it. I'm not sure. This is a gripper. See, it says drawer opener. Easy gripper. That is, my mom specifically said, be careful with this one. It will not be going in the oven. Because I was cooking one time and I had put the pan on top of the gripper. Well, the gripper stuck to the bottom of the pan and I didn't realize it. So when I put the pan in the oven caught on fire. Yeah, everything was fine. It melted a little bit, so you can tell on the bottom of it that it melted a little bit. But there was also like some foil, it looked like, that had gotten in the oven, and that's what caught on fire, my mom thinks. But it melted on the oven rack, and yeah, I could have burned the house down. Okay, everyone got a Myotonic Dystrophy pin in their tote bag. Oops. A wristband that says Myotonic Dystrophy Foundation on it, and a notepad. So I took lots of notes, which I will do another video to talk about exercise with Myotonic Dystrophy because it's a lot. But we talked about different resources. One of the resources that I'm going to print out, I had went to the table to ask, and they said they didn't have any copies of it printed, but online there is a exercise guide for people living with myotonic dystrophy. So I really want that. And then they talked about how July is Myotonic Dystrophy and Motion Awareness Month. And there is a t-shirt that I can get. I'm still trying to decide if I want one or not. So there was an overview about myotonic dystrophy and two people that I knew, the doctor and another doctor who I had met once before, did that session. The exercise one, someone who I did a research study, who was part of a research study I did that. Then there was a life hack session. That one I liked. There was one thing that stood out to me. And basically, the swallow muscles for myotonic dystrophy are weak, and you can choke or something sometimes just gets stuck. And what one person said is what she does if something gets stuck is she gets a carbonated beverage, and carbonation helps break it down and it'll just go right down. I thought that was cool. So there were other sessions too, and I will do a whole video on exercise because that would just take a while. But it was a great trip. It was a really quick turnaround because we left on Thursday, came back on Sunday. We broke up the trip there in 2 days, but on the way back we just did it in one trip, so it was pretty exhausting and long, and yeah. And then there was a time change there too, so they're an hour ahead. So my body is not completely back on Central Time yet, but it'll get there. It'll just take some time. So overall, it was a great trip. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed connecting with people, meeting some people in person, and seeing other people that I had met before. I didn't think I was going to see anyone I knew. I knew I'd see the doctor and one other person who I hadn't met in person yet, but it was neat to see other people that, like, someone that I knew from support group that I hadn't met in person, that I knew virtually. So we don't know where the conference is going to be next year, but hopefully we'll find out soon. If it's close enough, I'm sure we'll probably go. It's always good. Just being with people who actually know what you're going through, because it can be hard. Sometimes you feel like you're alone, and just having someone that you can talk to and be with people who are in the same boat as you is encouraging and helpful. And also just learning more and everything. So I'm thankful we went. That was a quick turnaround, and that is where I went and why. So I kept my promise. I told y'all it's a little bit later than I planned, but still accomplished. I guess I will see y'all next time. Stay tuned because I will be going out of town again very soon. But I can't tell y'all where yet or why. So stay tuned. Never lose hope.